Well, I'm just going to say Davies and Davis right now. Get it out of the way. They say it both ways. Whatever. Hi, guys. Welcome to Leave Reacts. Hope everyone's having a good day. I know I am. We are back with the Kinks. Hey, what's up? How you doing? It's been a while. If you're only watching Kinks videos of mine, it's probably been a couple months since you've seen my ugly mug, and that's okay. And we're back with Celluloid Heroes by the Kinks. This is a song from their album Everybody's in Showbiz. I believe that's what it's called. It came out in 1972. It was a double record. It also contained their stand at the Carnegie Hall, I guess, as a two-night stand. That was the second disc. And as usual, the cover looks pretty freaking awesome. We're actually going to be watching like a video for it that someone put together. It looks like it's not an official video. It looks like a fan-made one. But it does have, I guess, pictures and stuff of all the stars from Hollywood that this song is talking about. And I find it, you know, I don't know. We don't listen to the Kinks much, but when they do, they leave a mark. Definitely like Waterloo Sunset. That was like a year ago, and I still think about that song. Like, I really do. And so let's do this. I believe this is a pick from our patron, Bill. So thank you, Bill. I appreciate your support. Let's go. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you are not. All right. Well, that's it. Okay. Celluloid Heroes by the Kinks. That's not easy to say. 3, 2, 1, go. Classics, man. Rebel Without a Cause. Citizen Kane, yeah. Gone to Win, yeah.
Everybody's a dreamer, and everybody's a star, and everybody's in movies. Doesn't matter who you are. There are stars in every city, in every house and on every street. And if you walk down Hollywood Boulevard, their names are written in concrete. Don't step on Greta Garbo as you walk down the boulevard.
Okay, Mick.
She looks so weak and fragile. That's why she tried to be so hard. But they turned her into a princess, and they sat her on a throne. But she turned her back on stardom because she wanted to be alone. You can see all the stars as you walk down Hollywood Boulevard. Some that you recognize, some that you've hardly even heard of. People who worked and suffered and struggled for fame.
More than you'll ever know, probably, too.
Some who succeeded and some who suffered in vain. Rudolph Valentino looks very much alive, and he looks up ladies' dresses as they sadly pass him by. Avoid stepping on Bela Lugosi, cause he's liable to turn and buy.
Bela Lugosi's dead.
But stand close by Betty Davis.
That's an inside joke, sorry.
Because hers was such a lonely life. If you covered him with garbage, George Sanders would still have style. And if you stamped on Mickey Rooney, he would still turn round and smile. But please don't tread on dearest Marilyn.
Sounds like a Bob Dylan track.
Very tough. She should have been made of iron or steel, but she was only made of flesh and blood.
Oh, damn. That's
You
rough.
can see all the stars as you walk down Hollywood Boulevard. Some that you recognize, some that you've hardly even heard of.
They did it again already.
People who worked and suffered and struggled for fame.
So true, man.
some who suffered in vain. Everybody's a dreamer, and everybody's a star, and everybody's in showbiz. It doesn't matter who you are.
That's so true. We all
And
play our
those
part.
who are
The world
successful,
is but a stage.
be always on your guard. Success walks hand in hand with failure along Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah. So fucking true, man.
I wish my life was a non-stop Hollywood movie show. A fantasy world of celluloid villains and heroes. Because celluloid
On the
heroes
accordion.
never feel any pain. And celluloid heroes never really die.
They don't. Never.
You can see all the stars as you walk along Hollywood Boulevard.
Why do you think people sacrifice so much for
Some
immortality?
that you recognize, some that you've hardly even heard of. People who worked and suffered and struggled for fame. Some who succeeded and some who suffered in vain. La 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 la, la 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 Oh, celluloid heroes never feel any pain. Oh, celluloid heroes never really die. I wish my life was a non-stop Hollywood movie show. A fantasy world of celluloid villains and heroes. Because celluloid heroes never feel any pain. And celluloid heroes never really die.
Fuck. Did not chart. That's crazy. That song didn't chart. I guess it struck a chord. And yeah. I know the Kinks were kind of what's the word? Not banned. They were not, was it blacklist? Were they one of the blacklisted bands? I can't remember if it was them or something else. Whatever. But damn, what a hard hitting song, man. And it's so true. And I don't know. We put people on pedestals, like, without even knowing it, we do that, you know? And your hero has a hero, you know? Like, it just keeps going and going and going. And it's a walk of life. It's an art form just like any other, you know, like Hollywood. And even for all of its faults, flaws, warts, and terrible things that happened there, I was someone who was like raised on movies, like, and you know, Star Wars is my favorite growing up. You know, that was my favorite movie series, the original 3 Star Wars. And then when I was a kid, you know, the prequels came out, whatever, you know, that I grew to love them. But for the most part, you know, that's what my dad showed me. And my mom was furious. I was like 3 years old and he showed me Return of the Jedi. Man, I was hopping around pretending I had a lightsaber. You know what I'm saying? Like, movies and stuff like that, they give you something to aspire to be. They give you something to be other than yourself, because some days you don't want to be you, you know? Some days you just want to be somebody else. And what a talent it must be to be able to turn yourself into somebody else, you know? I took acting lessons when I was a kid. The fuck all came of it. Like, there was one part I almost got, and I'm not gonna say what it was, it doesn't really matter, but it almost happened. But you know, after my dad died, my mom spent a bunch of money on me taking acting lessons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't know, my dad died, all kinds of shit went crazy, and I had a shot though. I just never, it's never really came through. But it's cool though. I feel like, man, the singer Ray in this, or first let me make sure it's not one brother or the other, because and then here comes the comments. No, it was Ray on lead vocals, Dave on lead guitar. He also did the 12-string acoustic on that track, John Dalton on bass, Mick Avery on drums, and John Gosling on keys. And then Dave Rowberry on organ for that track. Interesting song, you know, like even beyond the video, which I think actually honestly really added to the song, and that was just a fan made video, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever made that, if you for some reason are watching this, you did a really good job. I thought that was excellent, like the way that everything was framed. And it shows that they're just people, they're flesh and blood, like they said in the song. And was this not like a Bob Dylan track? Like I realized it halfway through, I was like, bro, this is like a Bob Dylan song, but it's a Kinks one, you know, it's like a Kinks version of a Bob Dylan track, and they're talking about Hollywood too, so that's very interesting. We do put people that are just flesh and blood into these really stressful and world-consuming situations, like being an actor. Yeah, they get paid lots of money, but there's a reason why, you know, like they definitely are inflated, their worth, but it's honestly not easy to do what they do. And it's not like they just do one take and that's it. Sometimes they do hundreds of takes of the same scene over and over, you know. Every career has its ups and downs. Sitting in a makeup chair for 4 hours just to do something for 20 minutes, or for it to be cut for the day, and now that nothing happens, and then you have to go get it all taken off again, you know. I don't know, but the movies they're talking about here, that's a bygone era now, like beyond bygone era. Like it's a whole different world nowadays with CGI and stuff, and I don't know. But musically, I feel like the drums were so good here. Avery was great. I feel like the piano and the organ also stood out heavily here, especially with the vocals. The guitar, of course, too. That acoustic had a perfect little twang to it. It's just, what a wonderful track. I mean, I was kind of enraptured with the video and the higher meaning of the song than the actual workings of it, to be honest, because there was points in this where I just took punch after punch to my metaphorical gut, basically, from the Kinks, because it really does show that stars are just people, you know. They're people that are known by a lot of people. That's basically what it boils down to, where they're very good at what they do, you know. Like there's levels to it, but you know, like how many people have died because of fans, you know? Like we say we're fans of these people, but sometimes we're the cause of their death. You know what I mean? Like that's just crazy. That's not being a fan of something or somebody, you know? People just take obsession to a whole other level when it comes to famous people, and it's scary, like it really is. And you know, I don't have any claim to fame, and I probably never will, but you know, it is still I don't know, like enough people see my face daily to, you know, I probably fill a country, you know, every month. Like that's crazy, you know, to think about. And I don't know, it still scares me with my family and stuff like that. Nothing's ever happened, and probably never will. But you know, I can't even imagine being a star, or like someone who's in politics, who's got to have Secret Service, or someone who's got protection. Like it must be a whole crazy different ball of wax. And then you go crazy being stuck inside. You know what I mean? Like, I get it, man. That doesn't matter how much money you have. There's different levels to all of our problems. And the best thing we can do is be open about them and come together and listen to music like this, because the Kinks fucking rock. And once again, they stole the show for me today, and really made me think about the price that we pay for immortality. Like I said in the song, like there's a reason why people go through all that, and why they sell their souls metaphorically to have fame and fortune, because some people will literally last as long as we do. Like look at the Beatles. They ain't going nowhere for the next half a millennia if we last that long, you know what I'm saying? And there's actors like that too as well, who will be forever ever remembered. Like Harrison Ford will be remembered forever by a lot of people for different things, you know. And that's why they do what they do. Is it's the closest thing to immortality that we have is music and is art, you know. And we still talk about, like, you know, the philosophers and Plato and stuff like that, and Homer. They were writers too, you know. That's who we talk about still to this day, from thousands of years ago, you know. So if you want to be remembered, you got to sacrifice a lot. So it boils down to. Thank you, Bill. Sorry for getting off track so much in this video, but tonight's been one of those nights where I just kind of, I don't know, do something different, and people will get it. I don't know. That's an inside joke too. It's an inside joke night. Sorry, but I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good night, day, whatever you're watching this. I don't know. See you later.